Hi everyone, and welcome to our Q's Countdown webisode. Our team is back in action. I'm your host, Gabriella Rusk, alongside my analysts, Chris Thompson and Matt Ryle, and we have got a fun webisode for you tonight. We'll get started with the biggest news of the week. Scout.com reported #1 tight end in the 2015 recruiting class. Chris Clark is transferring from UCLA. What does this mean for the team?
It's absolutely huge, Matt. This is their first five-star recruit in the program's history, according to Rivals and Scout. But did you read the reason why? Obviously, one of them is he wanted to be closer to home, that's all fine and well. But he mentioned Scott Schaefer specifically as one of the reasons why he's coming to Syracuse. I thought I'd never hear something like that.
I'm 100% with you, Chris. That is ludicrous. One of the craziest things I think I've ever heard in my life. I mean, there's no doubt that he's going to help the Syracuse team. He's an animal. He's 6'6", 247 pounds. He's an absolute beast. And if his main reason for coming is that he wants to be close to home, as Chris said, he lives in Connecticut, perfectly fine with that. But if you're coming for Scott Schaefer, not a good reason.
Well, listen, whatever reason he's coming, it's good. It is fantastic. In 2 years, Syracuse, their offense, oh man, Eric Dungey is going to be fully ready. Jordan Fredericks is going to have a boatload of experience. And then when you add Clark on top of that, oh, it's going to be something to watch.
The Syracuse future looking
We'll have to see what that future looks like, but unfortunately the future of A.J. Long, the sophomore quarterback, has ended in Syracuse football. He's been medically disqualified due to multiple concussions. The team physician, Dr. James Tucker, disqualified him not only from participation in football, but from any other contact sports. So what kind of loss is this for the Syracuse quarterback situation?
Honestly, I mean, you hate to see it because, you know, he's a good talent. He's got the talent to be a quarterback, but it's not a huge loss for Syracuse, especially with the way Dungey has played this year. It's not going to affect this team too much. And with the way Mahoney played in the game he played in, I think Long would be, with Terrell Hunt out, at best the third-string quarterback. So, I mean, yeah, it could happen he'd get some playing time, but I don't really see him playing much games.
So you'd be the third-string quarterback, but our starting quarterback right now is actually the third string. Maybe we will need A.J. Long if, Syracuse loses the, two quarterbacks
At some point, the injury luck, don't you think, has to stop?
Maybe, but I don't know. Not with Syracuse. Anything could go wrong with this team.
Luck.
Well,
I don't know.
We'll have to see what happens on Saturday for those injuries. But who is your X factor? Who should we be watching?
My X factor is Jordan Fredericks. The freshman running back's finally getting the start. It's long overdue. Perhaps Syracuse will be able to get into a lead early on rather than a deficit, and that will calm everybody down, specifically the defense. Maybe they'll be able to get into a rhythm, and maybe Syracuse will be able to squeak out with a win against Virginia.
Definitely, Jordan Fredericks has to have a big game, but I think a unit that has to have an even better game is the SU secondary. I mean, this is a Virginia team that has 3 touchdowns on the ground compared to 9 in the air. This is a team that throws the ball. Matt Johns, solid quarterback, and Cordy, Wiggum, they're going to have to step up if they want a chance to win this game.
And speaking of winning the game, what is your prediction for Saturday?
I have it 30-24 Virginia, and I just think it's because Cordy and Wiggum will not get the job done. There's just too much to overcome on Syracuse's defensive side, specifically with passing. I just don't think they'll be able to get it done.
I'm going to go same score, Chris, 30-24, but opposite teams here.
No.
Syracuse is going to win the game. Eric Dungey got the rust out of the way against USF. That offense is going to lead this team to victory.
If you have any thoughts besides the prediction of 30-24 for our show, be sure to tweet at us at Citrus TV Sports and follow us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. For Matt and Chris, I'm Gabriella Rusk. Thanks for watching and enjoy the game.